In this video I will review this BFS bait casting reel, which is called Lurestar C9-Air. On paper this reel looks just awesome. It has all the right components and all right features. So during this video I'll answer to you guys whether this reel lives up to the hype. And also towards to the end of this video I'll take this reel out to catch some fish on it.
Drag is clicking away. Lots and lots of pressure on that fish. She's mine.
Check out this fish on that new reel. Impressive stuff, right? Like 6 kilos more or less, 90 centimeter fish. Really, it's not every day that you will be catching, fish like that on a BFS gear, but yeah, I can't complain. Awesome. So I hope this video will be useful for you guys. Please make sure you stick around. Let's start with the looks of this reel, and I have to say, for my taste, this reel looks awesome. Just look, it's all black, except a couple of little lines on the spool and on the spool tension knob. Everything else is black. Yes, the screws, those ones which are holding side plate in place, could be black as well, but this one is black. So yeah, design wise, or I don't know, paint job wise, color scheme wise, for my taste, this reel looks really slick and very expensive. When it comes to the size of this reel, it's not exactly super small. For example, Daiwa Alpha's SV feels smaller in the hands than this one, but again, this one is not big reel by any means. And the handle is as well a little bit longer than usual. I will quickly measure it just for my own sake. You know what? It's 10 centimeter handle. Wow. Very good to see that, on a BFS reel. But again, it's not only BFS, you can put a bigger spool or heavier spool in, and then you will be able to cast heavier lures, That's awesome. Probably that's why they went with a longer handle. But again, I prefer actually a little bit longer handles than let's say usually Daiwa or Shimano use, like on BFS reels, 8.5 centimeters, and they are like very short. Longer handles for me, means I have more cranking power and I can do easier, presentations like that, because the handle will have a little bit more leverage, if you like. So when it will start twisting, it will be twisting for longer, because as I say, those weights or knobs will be a little bit further from the center. Anyway, good to see that the handle is longer, but size wise, as I say, I can't quite hide it in my palms because of that longer handle mainly. But yeah, the reel is not exactly small, but it's not big either. Let's talk about clicking parts. Basically everything what can clicks. So that's a spool adjuster, nice little clicks, not too loud, not too quiet, great. Then drag star, again nice and supple, not really loud, not really quiet, just right. Then brake adjuster, this one is a little bit louder. And then the drag itself. And good thing is that I noticed this right away, that it's not important how the drag is set, the sound does not change too much, so that's great. For example, on Shimano Curado when you crank the drag up, the sound almost is gone pretty much. Here, for example, now I have on very light drag setting and it sounds like that. Now I'll crank it up. Still the same more or less. Yeah, very, very good to see that. Now, when it comes to the, actually I will take the side plate where the magnets are or braking system is. So basically you have to flip the switch and then it's like a bayonet, I guess it's called. You kind of rotate the side plate down to take it off. So very, very good design. As you can see, we have 2 banks of magnets, 8 magnets in total. Now, this adjuster for the drag system, it's very good design. You won't, switch it by accident, and it has plenty of resistance, so but when you want to adjust it, it's good, it's easy. So yeah, good design here, definitely. Let's quickly weigh the spool. Looks like that. As you can see, very, very ported, or really has probably almost 100 holes in it. So, and if I remember correctly, this spool weighs about 9 grams. I will quickly confirm that. Oh, actually, whew, guys, actually that's very, very good. 8.3 grams with the bearing, so probably the bearing will be about a gram, so 7+ grams. Phew, that will be actually very good. I am very, very impressed. And it's not only I'm impressed with this spool, because this reel comes with a deeper spool. So let's actually quickly take a weight of that one as well before I will say what this reel should be able to do casting wise. 13 grams. So this will be like from probably 10 grams up casting. And this light one will be, I would say, from 3 grams, more or less. Comfortable casting from 3 grams, I'm certain. So yeah, very, very impressive stuff. And also what I noticed that probably won't be able to pick it up, the bearing in this side plate, it's fancier one. It says, as I say, you won't be able to see that well, but it says NMB. So those are decent quality bearings, really good to see that. Okay, let's put those little bits together. Now, moving parts, right? Okay, so let's look for those wobbles, and I have to say I'm very, very impressed. Let's crank up that drag. So basically every single bait casting reel has, that in and out movement a little bit, even very, very expensive ones. Here, it's not existent actually. I cannot believe. Like, it's like solid, does not budge at all. And then, like, rotational wobble, if you like. Let's crank it up, that drag again. So very, very minimal. Actually much smaller than, say, Shimano Curado or even Daiwa Alpha SV, or like it's insanely good. Then knobs. Here in the knob I have a little bit of movement. I will have to put 1 or 2 washers, but this knob is actually solid. and they rotate very, very well. That's very good to see, And the handle is carbon one, as you can see. Then the knobs are hard foam, and they even managed to put like or engrave writing Lurestar on the knobs from both sides. Yeah, and the drag star is made out of plastic or carbon, not sure. Then the main body of the reel is carbon, they say. It might be plastic, but see, I don't care because it's solid. I mean, I can really grab onto the reel and it would not, you know, budge. It feels solid. Then another moving part, the spool releaser or releaser knob. It's solid in this position, really no complaints. When you put it down, it has a little bit of movement, like slight movement, but again, you won't notice that because, you know, you won't be touching it, never, because you will be flicking it back with the handle, and here it's solid. Now let's see how the drag performs. Let's go with the maximum. Ooh, quite strong drag actually, very good to see. Now let's go to the minimum. Ooh, very light spool, or free spool should I say. It just goes for, I don't know, 5 seconds, probably even more, with a slight less of flicks, you know. And it's very quiet as well. Very good to see that. When it comes to the smoothness and power transmission on this reel, again, very impressive stuff. Basically, this reel is quiet and smooth. It's definitely smoother than Shimano Curado BFS. It's not as smooth as, say, Daiwa Alphas SV, or not as smooth as Piscifun Alloy M, but it's close. So very good from a reel which is very light, about 155 grams, with a carbon or plastic body. You know, very good to see that. And power transmission, I mean, how much power or energy I need to get the spool going by twisting or turning the handle, again, very good. Like very good. As you can see, I can do that. So yeah, very impressive stuff. So I believe I will talk very quickly about the line roller, and as you can see from this side, it's like a cone shape, if you like. So it's wider from here, where the line will be leaving, you know, from, let's say, from here or from this side. So it will be, you know, better angles. And from this side, it's smaller, so like a cone shape, if you like. Again, very good to see that. And I have a reel which has a gear ratio 7.2 to 1. Again, good, or I would say quite universal gear ratio. You can do slow presentations, but again, it's not super slow when you will be feeling, you know, like when you will need to reel in quickly, that you are, you know, waiting for hours for your lure to come back. When it comes to the writings, as you can see, it has Lurestar here. Also, it says 11+1 ball bearings. Not sure whether it's true or not, but probably it is. It will be 4 bearings in the knobs already, and some bearings in the main body. When it comes to negative sides of this reel, so far I have noticed only one, and that's a drag star. Basically, it could be a little bit bigger for my taste, and also, as it's made of probably some plastic, see, when I try to when I'm trying to release a drag, it's fine. But then when I crank it up, and when it reaches almost a maximum, then it produces that little sound after every click. I mean, I'm not too sure whether it's a like a springs back or something, but just listen for it. You just heard that. See? I mean, that's a small deal really, because the way I use my reels is the following one. I, you know, put my leader and my line on, and then I set my drag given the situation, and most of the time I do that once or twice during my fishing. I might adjust it, you know, with every fish if it's like a big fish, but again, I don't think that it will be a problem, that little sound. As I say, it's not there when you're releasing the drag, but when you are cranking it up and more or less at the end of the drag capabilities, then it kind of, probably it will be some springing back, not sure. But yeah, other than that, again, this one is minor, little issue. It's not even an issue. Probably most of the anglers would not even notice it. But yeah, I'm just trying to be honest here. But yeah, I think I'm done talking about this reel. It looks impressive. Let's go fishing now.
Alright guys, as you can see, I have put this Lurestar C9-Air on to my rod, and the rod is Queen Teton TTC 662 light, so 2 to 10 grams casting rating. And on the reel I have braided line PE 0.4. And then when it comes to the lure, I mean, it's windy guys, I can't use anything, you know, much lighter. So jig head is about 2.7 grams, and the lure or the silicone will be, I would say, maybe 3 more grams, so it will be like about up to 6 grams. And I have a tiny 000 clip here. Usually I don't use clips, but in this case I'm using because I might change the location and then I will need to use weedless, so hence the clip. So yeah, tiny little, well, not super tiny lure, but for the conditions this is what I went with. And for general, you know, BFS fishing, you will be using something like that, that's for sure. Okay, let's see what do we have on the drag. Let's go a little bit higher for now, 8. And yeah, let's see. First cast. I can tell immediately that I need to go down. I will go to 6. So yeah, 6 now. Obviously I won't, you know, do like casting different lures and stuff. It went further up, I would say about 20 meters. I won't, you know, do different lures, different weight lures if you like, because as I say, it's windy. I just want to show, you know, that it works. I mean, it's difficult, very difficult for me to, you know, get those brakes working when it comes to letting it go the spool. I'm just get used to, you know, to stop it at the end with a thumb here, but yeah, it's going consistently about 20 meters, and the accuracy seems to be good. A little bit further, now it's 5.5. Let's go to 5. As you can see guys, those waves are decent ones, and it should tell you that, oh, okay, I went too far, my fault. So let's go back to 6, or no, 5.5 it was. So yeah, 5.5. And also I want to point out, see, those red elements are matching with this Queen Teton rod perfectly because of those red elements on the rod as well. So yeah, looks pretty slick. And I have to say, the setup feels, you know, very, very light and very, very comfortable as well. Love it. Yeah, with this weight, 5.5 is perfect. Maybe with this wind I will go to 6 just to be safe, you know. And I have to say, it casts, you know, very, very quietly. I can't hear anything, you know, when I choke out. Now all I need is a couple of fish. As I say, with this light spool, easily this rod would cast with a, or this reel should cast like, you know, 2 grams, no problem whatsoever. Over 20 meters it went, you know, with a side wind. And I'm not really, you know, pushing it. I could get across this little river probably, which is about 30 meters maybe or so wide. It would not be easy with that wind, but I could do it, I think, with this lure, with this weight. But obviously I won't do that. How about that? First fish on a new reel. Let's check that drag. Came off, cannot believe. How unlucky, how unlucky. Ah! Damn it. Yeah, the accuracy definitely is good. I mean, with the side cast, overhead cast, obviously the accuracy is not a problem unless you are very bad at pointing, you know, your rod to something. But side casting it's different. But still, this rod casts all right, or this reel, should I say, with this rod. How lucky that I lost this fish. Not sure whether it was a pike or a perch. Probably a pike, small pike it was. I will get one more chance for the camera, you know. I won't give up until I will get another chance. Yeah, the drag was working, even though it was short, you know, that probably that fish came off in 5 seconds, but yeah. The drag was working, and the reel is, you know, very, very smooth, you know, very, very, like, it's very nice, you know, just to have that reel, you know, in my hands, because it's so light, as they say, 150 grams something, 155 or something. It's awesome. Yeah, I have to say my Shimano Curado, that's it. It's going on eBay, and I will use, on this rod, I will use this reel for now. It's just better reel, you know, in every respect. It's lighter, it has a longer handle, the power transmission is much better than on Shimano, you know, it's, in here it's, you know, nice and smooth, and, you know, you don't need much energy to get the spool going. Picked up some weed. Lucky for me that I managed to get out that bird's nest. As you saw, it was my mistake, obviously. I don't know the reels that well yet, and I went too much on the too low on the drag, and then it produced a very big bird's nest. But good thing, you know, that bird's nest allowed me to know that line, fine line, as I said, 0.4 PE, it's not going, you know, in the gears. That's, at least it did not go on this cast or on that bird's nest, you know. Very, very good to see. And I can tell, you know, that the gap is like, it's like super small, like, you know, in between the spool and the frame. So yeah, looks good, looks good. Thinking it's another fish, but no. Now I'm jigging on the bottom. In a sec I will try, you know, just to cast and retrieve along the line of the weeds. Very likely pike will be sitting just there, and, you know, just might hook it there. Okay, let's see if this one will stay on or not. Feels like a decent pike. Shaking its head, not a very big fish, but hopefully I will land that fish on a new reel. Come on, you fish. Stay on, stay on. Would be nice to land finally one on this new reel. Not a big fish, couple of pounds maybe. Yeah, the reel feels okay, definitely, you know, drag is clicking away, lots and lots of pressure on that fish. Yeah, drag is working beautifully actually, absorbing all the, you know, runs, and then it stops. Oh, a little bit bigger than I was thinking actually, much bigger than I was thinking. Might be like a 5-kilo fish. It would be nice to land her on a new reel. Here she goes in the net, almost. Yes, that's a good fish. No, not quite. I should have extended my net. If I will lose now that fish, it will be a little bit crazy. Okay, that's it. I'm extending my net. Yeah, a little bit bigger than I was thinking. Interesting. How that fish was shaking its head, you know, I was thinking it will be like, you know, 5 pound top, like, you know, 3 kilo maximum. But yeah, the reel is working beautifully. I don't know, I'm enjoying it. Just would like to land that fish after losing 3 or 4 before that. She's mine. Thank you, Lurestar. Alright guys, just check out this fish on that new reel. Impressive stuff, right? Like 6 kilos more or less, 90 centimeter fish. Really, it's not every day that you will be catching, you know, fish like that on a BFS gear, but yeah, I can't complain. Awesome. And the reel handled this fish beautifully. Let's go back. I was not filming, but yeah, just managed to get out this bad boy. Hooks out about 40, probably 2-3 centimeters, kilo 2, something like that, kilo 3. Yeah, awesome. This reel is doing the business today. Awesome.
Alright, let's wrap this video up. In my opinion, this reel is great. At least first impressions are very good and positive. And in my opinion, this reel beats Shimano Curado BFS easily, almost at every corner. Maybe Shimano Curado would be able to outcast this cheaper Lurestar reel, maybe by 5% or so, but everything else is better. It's smoother, it has a better drag and louder drag, and everything is basically better, and this reel is also much lighter. So why pay 3 times more when you can have more performance for, as I say, for 3 times less? That's great deal in my opinion. But that's it from me. If you will be interested of getting this really great and affordable BFS reel from AliExpress, I will leave links in the description below. But that's it. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.